Loxus Drear, number 5, from Fairy Tail. First point on why we like him, or in my case, I like him.
Do not fuck with him.
I assume Caleb likes him too. First point we're going to go off is his actual abilities and strength. Now, for Caleb personally, he loves fire characters.
You gotta do a top 10 on them.
Ace, Mustang, Natsu, fire characters. He loves them. My thing, lightning. I love people like Loxus or Enel or Neru, whatever the hell his actual name's supposed to be from One Piece. Cole McGrath, even though that's not an anime, that's a game, but I still love lightning characters.
You know, I was thinking, maybe I should make a gimmick off of wearing my hood like this.
You
awesome.
already do make a gimmick. You do it all the time. Anyway, he's Popa Palpatine.
Better than Popa Palpatine. Popa Palpatine, go fuck off. I am his god.
Horse choke. Anyway, his lightning. The fact that at first, as far as we know, he's just a lightning user, but then it's shown once he actually, spoiler by the way, goes bad, which is another point for later, is that he actually reveals to everyone that he is a dragon slayer. Because literally, he just flat out goes, Roar of the Lightning Dragon.
And it was awesome.
Yes. And everyone's like, oh shit, he's a dragon slayer. That's really not good. The other thing we like about his abilities is the actual techniques. Breakdown Fist, Lightning Halberd, the Roar, the Roaring Thunder. That comes much later, but still. Except they apparently animated that completely wrong in the anime, but whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, I love lightning.
I love fire.
Next point. His progress from being that guy who's an asshole. When you first see him, he is introduced as an asshole. He's always doesn't want to do anything with anyone else, calls them weak all the time, basically picks on Natsu, because he can.
More than picks.
Well, by pick, I mean pummels him whenever he can.
Exactly.
But I love, like I said with Vegeta, I love characters that start off bad and progress to good. Which is why I also love Loxus, because by the time you get back, because after he basically essentially rebels against Makarov and then loses, he gets exiled. Flat out exile. He has to leave the
Of course,
guild.
he can come back later, but that's a different story.
But on with the next point is when he comes back, he literally comes back because he senses that they're in danger. Makarov got defeated, and he kind of says, "Hear me, my apprentice." And apparently, Loxus actually just got like my spidey senses tingling, and just
my lightning
senses
tingling,
and then just started flying towards Tenro. And then, when everyone was about to die to Hades, shows up in the nick of time and literally takes Hades on by himself. But then, of course, due to one's technique, which I'm assuming makes the target immobile, because Loxus never bothered to move out of the way of this attack, or he took it because he knew it would kill the others. I don't know why he took it, but he did. But before taking the technique, which pretty much put him out of commission, he gave Natsu his lightning.
I just realized something.
What?
Wouldn't that mean we both really like Natsu because he's a lightning fire dragon slayer?
Yes, he's our in-between.
Okay.
But anyway, I do like Loxus better than Natsu. But anyway. Then, well, Natsu eats his lightning, he becomes a lightning fire dragon slayer, and he completely obliterates Hades and a mountain. Like, yeah. I mean, like, one roar.
Who would have thought that
the mountain's
could
gone.
Enhance fire so well?
Yes, who would have thought?
Except for Natsu.
Yes. Yeah. But but as we said, for his personality, is he came back. He knew everyone basically hated him, and he still came back because he realized deep down he does care about them, and he came back. And then, of course, Actologia shows up, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, we gotta get out of here." And Makarov tells the kids to leave, and Natsu's like, "What are you talking about? We'll stay and fight with you." Ah! And then Loxus just grabs Natsu. He's like, "That's enough. Let's go." And then Natsu looks back, and Loxus is looking the other way from him, and Natsu can see like one tear dripping down his face. He's like, "Oh shit, Loxus is actually crying. This is serious." And then they all try to run away.
Yeah.
But then Makarov gets his ass kicked, unfortunately, and then
Boom.
they all come back to fight because they can't leave him behind to die, even though that's what he
Just-
wanted
just
them to
skip
do.
the boom. Everything goes boom.
And then Actologia makes everything go boom. Yes.
everything
Yes,
goes boom.
Caleb. Anyway, Loxus Drayar. On to the next one. Next on our list is number 4, Kuroashi Sanji or Black Lake Sanji in English.
I suggested that we make a joke by opening up this part of the video with my leg, but he said no. So everyone who wanted that joke, it's his fault. It's not happening.
Oh, come on. It ain't my fault you want to make the subtly racist jokes or whatever. Although, whatever. Do it then. Black Leg Sanji. There you go.
Yes.
Hope you're happy. Anyway, reasons why I like him. Because once again, this is my opinion. I'm not sure what Kale's opinion is, but I'm sure he'll say it randomly, as he always does.
My opinion is he's not one of my favorites, but he's his.
There you go. His chivalry.
Chivalry.
Yeah, we can't pronounce it.
I can say it. Chivalry.
That. I'm bad. The fact that he won't fight a woman, I don't know why. It's like some people kind of think that's a dick move because you're not giving them like a fair chance or whatever. But in all honesty, it's one of my favorite things about him because it's like he has morals and he will not go against them. Like when you think of pirates, they don't have morals. They do whatever to succeed. Sanji will literally let himself die if his woman's an opponent, as we see in Enies Lobby. He was willing to let
Bubble Girl.
Bubble Girl, we forget her name.
Soap Girl, I think.
Soap Girl, yes, it was Soap, but still, Soap. Somehow that's a devil fruit.
It was weird.
It was retardedly weird. Yeah. But he was willing to let her kill her because he won't hurt a woman. Like, it's not that he won't kill a woman, it's literally won't hurt a woman, won't hit them once, won't handle them the wrong way, whatever.
I think that his idea of chivalry is different from mine. At the same time, yeah, sure, it's nice for him to be nicer to women in this case, but at the same time, wanting yourself to die just because this bitch, soap girl, is going to kill your entire crew.
Well, in all honesty, though, the only reason Nami had a hard time with her because it was Nami. Honestly, anyone else like Zoro, Luffy, they could have beat her easily.
Yeah, but she was still threatening.
Yeah, she was threatening, which is my limit on chivalry. I kind of hold the same view as Sanji, but threaten my friends, I don't care who you are. If you're a woman, a man, whatever. I won't let you do that.
Exactly.
Like, Sanji, that's kind of why I have a iffy feeling, because it's like, I like it, but I don't, because Sanji's willing to let his friends get hurt, because he doesn't even have to, like we said, he doesn't have to kill her. He could knock her out in one hit. She wouldn't feel it. She's knocked out.
She would have been so easy. Her power is so...
Also, they showed when they were sparring, because he was just deflecting her attacks left and right. He could have took her out easily, beyond easily, so easily, it was laughable. Yeah. But, anyway, the other reasons I like him, besides his chivalry, is his fighting style.
Chivalry.
Yes, I know, we discussed this, I can't pronounce it. I love his fighting style. The fact that he's a kick specialist, that he only uses his legs. That's another moral he has. He refuses to use his hands, except if the enemy is food. Because there's also another part of the enemy's army arc. There's basically a guy who's like, I think he was either he used noodles to fight, or he actually was the noodle fruit user. Because that's how One Piece works.
No, it was just noodles.
It was still, he used them. And Sanji was like, you're not even an enemy, you're food to me. Then proceeded to pick up 2 knives, mind you, like out of almost from, because they were in a kitchen, and instantly beat the guy because he just cut him to bits. Because he was like, no,
fuck you.
no, fuck you, you're
You
food.
don't use food to eat. Food fighting is not allowed here. Fuck you.
Yeah. Beats him like nothing.
It was way too easy.
It's also, yeah, his fighting style. I love it, and the fact that all of his attacks are in French. Except I have one beef with the anime because, well, I don't blame this for this, but a lot of the attacks they don't pronounce them right. But yet again, they're Japanese. They probably don't. The way they talk, they probably can't pronounce it right, so I don't blame them for it. But just so you know, some of the attacks are not pronounced right.
It's their anime. Let them do what they
I
want.
know, that's what I'm saying. I'm
They
just
don't
saying.
speak French.
Exactly. They
They
don't
speak Japanese.
Exactly.
It's kind of like when they try to speak English and they're not used to it.
Yeah, but I'm saying I'm just saying they pronounce them wrong. I don't hate them for it or anything. I'm just saying they are, some of the names they in French they are pronouncing wrong. But anyway, on with the points. Last reason why I like Sanji, his little shin strap thing going on. I like facial hair on characters, I can't lie. And the fact that Sanji is the only one that actually has a serious thing going on, it's awesome. But it's kind of weird because his beard is black and his hair is blonde, so...
He dyed his hair.
Or he dyed his beard,
No,
one of the two.
You can't dye a beard, it's way too hard. He dyed his hair.
Whatever. Next on our list.
Are you not entertained?
Caleb, don't be creepy to the audience. Anyway, next on our list, number 3. Rorodoro Zoro. I had the hardest time for this list picking between both Sanji and Zoro, which place to put them in, but I have to admit I do like Zoro better than I like Sanji.
Screw it.
He's really hungry, apparently. But anyway, Zoro is one of my top 3 because just the way he is, his fighting style, frees Santoryu. Yes, Santoryu. I love it. Sword in the mouth, the techniques, their names, the way he actually does it, the fact that he can fight however he wants, really. It's hilarious.
Oh wait, I got an idea.
What?
We're both partners on YouTube, right?
Yeah, what about it?
Let's see if we can get Lay's to sponsor us.
No!
Lay's chips! Buy them! Buy them!
We're not. Oh my god. No, I doubt they'll do that. Anyway.
Hilarious if they did.
Anyway, yes, Lay's chips are awesome. Buy them.
I got you in on
But
this.
anyway.
Yes.
But anyway, the other point, just the fighting style, it's so cool, and the attacks. I mean, like Black Rope Twister or Dragon Twister or Kokujo Tatsumaki.
Or that one time he made 3 heads and I don't know how many swords.
Q Toryu,
Yeah.
Ashura.
That was weird,
That was awesome.
but mostly weird.
Anyway, next point why we like him, his past. I actually like Zoro because of the way he is. his past is he was always being beaten by his best friend who was a girl, except he didn't care that she was a girl. He just saw her as a really strong opponent that he wanted to beat. So I liked his dedication when he was a kid. Kept training and training and training just to beat her, and he couldn't, even with 3 swords. And mind you, she'd only use 1. She'd use 1 sword, and she could still basically beat him without breaking a sweat.
She's awesome.
Yes.
Try playing her in the video game.
Unfortunately,
You kill everything.
Unfortunately, she dies, because I think they said she fell down some stairs.
Which is fucking ridiculous.
I honestly have no clue on that.
Let me give you a description. I played her in one of the video games. It was a 4Kids dub, but whatever, I got past it. Yes, 4Kids sucks. Anyway. One move. I used one move over and over again, and that's just a dash forward, and she does this. You can even see her doing the movement. A third my friend's health was gone. I was beating him so easily with her. She's like a third the other person's size. He was a Neru. He was a Neru.
So it was Trin?
Yes, it was Trin.
Shit. Mind you, we have to use overpowered characters against our friend Trin because he's on a completely different league than us in fighting games. His thing is RPGs. I'm first-person shooters, honestly, myself. And Trin's fighting. He does fighting games.
I can at least keep up with him a little.
Yeah. But anyway, the next point about Zoro is his dedication to Luffy. Well, actually, before I discuss that, I want to say one other thing about his past, is how I love but also hate how Tashigi assumes he won't fight her because she's a woman. Because anyone else
she gets really upset about it.
Because anyone else could probably tell by looking at him. It's not because you're a woman. He will fight women. He doesn't care. He cut Monette in half.
It was hilarious.
Also, because he also did it because he was actually hurting Tashigi. Because Tashigi looks just like his childhood friend. That's why he won't fight her. But since he's a pirate and she won't listen to anything she says, he can't explain this to her. He tried to once. She wouldn't listen.
That sentence right there, you said she won't listen to anything that she says.
Fuck. She won't listen to anything he says. Sorry. But, as I said, he kinda tried to explain it at one point. She wouldn't listen. Anyway. And then, later on, once again, Monette thinks, oh, he won't hurt women. Because he's not actually attacking me, he's defending me. It's because, no, he's holding you off because you're really weak, but you're strong enough to hurt the others, so he's just holding you there because reasons. Because you were doing the same thing to Luffy, buying time for Caesar. So he said, fuck you, I'm buying time for Luffy. And then, like I said, second he hurt Tashigi, cut her in half. Like that. Done. Of course, he didn't kill her because he didn't use his haki, but he still was willing to attack her. Last point, his dedication to Luffy. The first point I want to go over is when Usopp was leaving. After Usopp challenged Luffy because he had basically started pussying out saying, the Grand Line's getting too dangerous. We shouldn't go any farther. We will die if we keep going. And everyone's like, that's the point. It's the point of the adventure. And then Luffy and Usopp get into a fight. Usopp tries his best to fight. What the fuck is that? It's Captain Jack Sparrow. You don't mess with Captain Jack Sparrow. Anyway, unless you're Luffy. Anyway, Luffy beats Usopp, obviously. Usopp kind of had clever tactics, but in all honesty, there was no chance. Luffy even said, how can I beat a Pirate King if I can't even beat a... He did say weakling. He said someone like you. But he was applying, how can I beat a Pirate King if I can't beat a weakling like you? But... Anyway, but then Usopp leaves, and then Luffy's like, oh, if Usopp wants to come back, he can come back anytime. And then Zoro gets pissed off, and he's like, this is not a game. You can't just leave and come back to the crew as you please. And he was so serious.
Well, Usopp was being a complete and utter ass.
I agree with you.
That's why he made the list. Well, my list.
Yes.
You should watch my list.
Anyway, but yes, and Zoro was literally standing in Luffy's way saying, no, if he wants to come back, he has to come back on his own, and he has to apologize fully. This is not a game. You can't leave and come back as you please. This is seriousness. God fucking...
Are you telling me you just noticed that now?
No, I know it's been there the whole time. It's just I was trying to ignore it. Anyway, but then the actual point of his dedication to the crew and Luffy, when they lose to Kuma's about to take Luffy off, presumably to jail. I have no idea what, because as we see from Kuma's actions later, we don't know if Kuma's actually taking him to jail or if he would have took him to Dragon. It's possible he might have actually been trying to take him to Dragon, but he probably was actually going to kill Luffy.
Sucks, but true.
But then Zoro, even though everyone's presumably knocked out, or in Zoro's case, he was on the brink of death. He could barely stand, and he was already bleeding a lot. He comes up and tries to, well, Itoriu Lai Shishi Sansan, or One Sword Style Strike, Lion Strike. Yeah, Lai doesn't have an English translation.
Okay. Getting very passionate about your talk with Zoro, but I'd like you to look at the amount of time.
I know, but he's one of my favorite. Hold on. Anyway, plus it's your fault. You've been distracting me. Anyway, basically Zoro looks over. He bargains with Kuma saying, "Take my life instead of his." But then he looks over to Luffy, and then he just looks right back to Kuma and says at the top of his lungs, Luffy will be the man who will become the Pirate King, showing that he truly believes in him and that he's putting all his trust in him. He is willing to sacrifice himself for him. And how Zoro and Sanji have that hate relationship, like they don't like each other, but they are friends and whatnot.
It's a weird relationship.
Yeah, and Sanji's like, "You idiot! We can't replace a cook. You can't replace a swordsman. Take my life instead." Zoro knocks him out, and he's like, and then Sanji's like, "You bastard!" And then Zoro doesn't say anything to Sanji, but that implies that Zoro doesn't actually hate Sanji, as he's willing to sacrifice himself even for him.
They're friends.
They're friends.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's why I like Zoro. On to the next one.
Can I have my Jax back?
Yes, have your things, your Jax.
Jack Sparrow, Jack Skellington.